Brad, first of all, hope you're feeling okay. We saw you kind of appear to roll your ankle or something, but when did you tweak the hamstring?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Uh, Honestly, I couldn't tell you when I tweaked it. I knew it was just a little tight in the second half. I mean, the first play of the second half, I twisted my damn ankle. Uh, and I just wanted to make sure I went in the back, make sure it wasn't too crazy. I'm always a guy who bounces back pretty quick, especially with ankle injuries. But I went back out there. My left hammy felt a little tight. I didn't think anything of it. I just kept playing. Pushed through it, and then I think the layup on McDermott at the end to put us at one, that kind of intensified it a little bit. And then the final little floater I missed at the end, that definitely that kind of put it over the top for me. So coach just played smart, got me out of there, and thank God we closed it out.
And you said the other night after your 40-point game that you were having fun again. You were enjoying being here. Obviously, winning helps all of those things. But where are you at this point? 50 points tonight. You have to be having fun still, even if you're a little banged up.
Of course, I had the honor of having my parents at the game tonight. They drove up 3 or 4 hours, so the last thing I'm gonna do is waste their damn time and watching me play like ass. So my mom wouldn't let me live that down. So I always have fun and play hard whenever she's in town. So I give this one to them.
Chase.
Brad, just what can you say about the way that the team closed it out at the end of regulation and then overtime is obviously you weren't able to get back out there?
It was obviously tough for me. I'm always a warrior. You guys know that. Nobody will ever be able to question my toughness and, my commitment to the team and my desire to just lay my body out there no matter what. So in that regard, it's always great to be able to have your teammates have your back and your support when you go down. And it's always next man up to step up and do their job and contribute as best as they can. Davi's hit some big shots down the stretch, and Russ took over. So he's been excellent all year. I'm happy for him. He got what, 180, 181 today. So that's a blessing, man. And we're all happy to be a part of that. It was a historical night for everybody. It's a bigger win. The win is huge. We move up to ninth too, so it's even much more better.
Zach.
Brad, what are you going to remember most about this night in particular? I mean, don't say the injury, but outside of that, imagine if this is one of those games like you're going to look back on in your career and be like, wow, that was, one of those that you'll just never forget.
For sure. We were a part of, Russ's historical night tonight. And, I think that kind of, takes the cake on everything, from the history of the game, the evolution of the game, and to where we are now. And, Russ is one of the best players to ever pick up a basketball, and to do that on a nightly basis, it's very tough to do. I think people kind of kind of side-eye him like it's past that or whatever the case may be, but you try going out there and doing it every single night. It's very tough to do. It's tough to get yourself mentally ready, so for you to do that every single game, and what's this, his 4th time doing it, that speaks volumes. That just shows his approach to the game, how seriously he approaches it and how seriously he loves it. He dedicates his all to his craft, to his body, and we're happy as an organization we were a part of it tonight.
Have you kind of found like a new love for the game playing with him?
I would say my approach has been different. I feel like I always loved the game, but I would say my approach to the game and my mental and just being locked in and being one of the best players on the floor at all times and channeling that mindset. I think I definitely credit him for that. To be able to witness him. He's MVP. I say it all the time. Whenever he's talking, I'm listening. He's giving advice, I'm listening, and because that's where I want to be one day. So it's just a matter of just constantly trusting your work, putting in that work, and and the results speak for themselves. But I definitely credit a lot of my success this year to him, for sure.
Last question from Fred.
Hey, Brad. You guys have talked so much about Russ's competitiveness this year and how that's had an effect on you. I'm wondering, he's also kind of one of the most routine-oriented guys I've ever covered. Seems to have do the exact same thing every day, every practice. When you watch a guy who has that exact same routine all the time and obviously has that kind of success with it, how does the routine aspect impact either you or maybe other guys on the roster?
Doesn't. Every man has their own routine. I have mine. Every man has their routine before games, off days. I mean, I do the same things whenever I work out. You know, my shooting routine is the same. My workout routine is the same. And the same way, I think everybody's like that in the league. You know, you eventually, first couple of years, you try to figure out what your niche is, you know, figure out what works for you. And then eventually, you know, you're able to develop yourself into a player to where you know what you have to work on, you know what you're going to do on the floor, and you try to perfect those things. And he's definitely one of those guys, you know, just his attention to detail, his attention to his body. He take care of his body. I think that's more key than anything. It's being healthy. You're a healthy body, you're a threat at all times. So it's amazing to see and definitely honored to be a part of it. And you could say a lot of his I guess, tendencies have kind of trickled down to the rest of the team.